Very warm welcome to the San Siro in a winner-takes-all in this second leg of the Coppa Italia semi-finals between Inter Milan and Como. It was 0-0 in a cagey first leg on the shores of Lake Como at the Stadio Giuseppe Sinigalia. But the form is with the Nerazzurri, who are unbeaten in their last 5 games, scoring 13 goals in the process. For the visitors, Como, well, they are winless so far in April, with a draw and 2 losses. Two sides faced each other in the league just over a week ago, and Inter produced a stunning comeback from 2-0 down to lead 4-2 before Lucas de Cunha's 89th minute penalty gave Inter a reason to sweat, but it was too late for the Bianco-Bleu. Will that victory for Inter play on the minds of the Como players tonight? Well, only time will tell. As these two sides meet for the 4th time this season, it's all to play for. The winners of tonight's match will play the winners of the other semi-final between Atalanta and Lazio. And that game takes place tomorrow night with the score locked at 2-2. I'm your commentator, Ben Hayes, and it is a pleasure to be bringing this live radio commentary of the Coppa Italia semi-final second leg between Inter and Como. So without further ado, let's get into the team news. For the home side, head coach Christian Kivu has made a raft of changes from the first leg, making 7 changes in total, with Manuel Akanji, Piotr Zielinski, Nicolo Barella, Luis Enrique, Federico Di Marco, Marcus Thuram and Angio and Boni all starting tonight, meaning Bisec, Bastoni, Damian Sucic, Fratesi, Diouf and Esposito all miss out. Denzel Dumfries and Henrik Mkhitaryan started in the game against Cagliari on Friday but sit on the bench for tonight, whereas Stefan de Vrij, who also started that game, misses out altogether. For the visitors, Cesc Fabregas has made 4 changes from the side that he put out in the first leg, with Ivan Smolcic, Megrin Vojvoda, Maxence Cacré all drop out, whilst the experienced Spaniard Sergio Roberto misses out through injury. In come Marc-Oliver Kempf and Ignace van der Bremt. They return to the back 5. And there's also starts for Maxi Perron and Greek striker Anastasios Douvikas, who has 3 Coppa Italia goals to his name this season. Other names that miss out include Alberto Moreno, Asane Diao and Alvaro Morata, who all featured in the defeat to Sassuolo in Como's last league game. Well, the light show at the San Siro has dazzled those in the stands, but it's what's going to be happening on the pitch that is of more importance, as both sets of teams walk out now to a full house here at the San Siro. Como going to be in all white this evening as the away side, and of course the Nerazzurri, the black and blues of Inter, in their traditional colours. Black and blue stripe, black shorts and black socks as they both line up. Let's just have a reminder of how these two teams got to where we are now in the Coppa Italia semi-finals. Como beat Sudrio 3-1, Sassuolo 3-0, Fiorentina 3-1 and Napoli on a stunning penalty victory. It was 8-7s on penalties after 1-1 at the end of regulation. That's how Como got here, and of course there was the 0-0 draw between the two sides in the first leg. And for Inter, well, they joined in at a slightly later stage. They beat Venezia and Torino to reach the semi-finals. In fact, Inter, when it comes to facing tonight's opponents, they haven't lost in their last 6 meetings in the Coppa Italia. Haven't lost in the last 10 in the Coppa Italia, with 6 wins and 4 draws. So Inter will be hoping for another comfortable night tonight. And don't forget, these two sides met just over a week ago. That score, an incredible 4-3 victory for Inter, with Thuram netting 2 and Dumfries netting 2 as well. And what was a remarkable turnaround from 2-0 down to lead 4-2. Goals from Valle and Paz for Como. But with D'Cunha getting that 89th minute penalty, it really threw a cat amongst the pigeons on the shores of Lake Como, but Inter were able to hold out and get the win. Referee this evening for this one is Souza, taking his place on the field just as the two sides have done their handshakes. They've had their photographs. Coppa Italia hoarding is being taken off the field as we prepare to get underway with the winner of this game going through to the final on the 13th of May in the capital, in Rome, where the winners will face the winner of the other semi-final between Lazio and Atalanta. And that one is locked at 2-2. So all the goals in that tie, but we must have a winner this evening. So expect goals. It's two strong sides, lots of changes between the two. So expect fireworks. Como break from their huddle. The last words of encouragement shared between the players. Inter already lining up. Inter, as it looks like, will be shooting from left to right as I see it. Como from right to left, and Como will get this one underway on the referee's whistle. The stage is set. The Coppa Italia final awaits. But which side will it be? Will it be the 9-time winners of Inter, or will it be Como? And the referee gets this one underway with Como shooting from right to left and immediately ping the ball downfield, but it trickles out for a goal kick. Two lineups for you as we get underway for Inter. It's Martinez in goal with Akanji, Acerbi and Augusto making a back three. Enrique, Barella, Chanalogu, Zielinski and DiMarco making a five in midfield, with Boni and Thuram leading the line. Inter just playing it out. I'll get you the Como team shortly, but Como pressing from the off, and Inter being forced into a mistake. Throw in on this near side in front of the two technical areas halfway through the Inter half, as Manuel Akanji was forced to send it long, but unfortunately went out before it curled back in, and Como have it now passing between their back three. Let me give you that team very, very quickly, with Butez, Ramon, Carlos and Kempf making the back line, with Van der Bremt, D'Cunha, Perron and Valle. The four sitting just in front, with Bacharina and Paz just behind Duvikas leading the line for Como. Como have it on the far side in that right wing-back role, plays infield and goes back out as Como just look to get their foot on the ball and play this comfortably between them. Feel the ball underneath the grass, long ball forward and a sliding Valle couldn't quite keep that ball in. And Inter get the ball into play very quickly. This game has started quite quickly with pressing from both sides. As we just have a brief pause here as Baturina's just getting rid of some fluid from the nose, I must add. He's not sort of nipped off down the tunnel, but all seems fine. Referee waves play on, and throw in on the near side from Inter is lost as Como have it. Chip ball infield and won back though by Boni. Heads it down onto this near side to Enrique, plays it back towards Acerbi, the experienced centre-back for Inter, the real glue in that back three, holding it all together as Augusto plays it up to DiMarco. Ball in the Como half, and a turn now from Zielinski. Gets tricked, but the referee says play on, and Como can come away with it. Baturina playing it to De Kempf. Como now just trying to find their way out of trouble as play comes on this near side. Back to Kempf. Laying infield neatly to the number 20 of Baturina, who plays it back towards the centre-back role. You can see immediately that Inter defensively packing midfield. Como trying to spread themselves wide, operating with the three up front and almost a diamond in the middle when in possession. So let's come forward now with Ramon playing it short to Van der Bremt. Infield to Perron. Perron crowded out by 4 black and blue shirts, but he does find Perron on this, or Batterina, sorry, on this near side. Strike comes, it's a comfortable save in the end off of a Nico Paz strike. It was a speculative effort, but Nico Paz just wanting to test the gloves of Josep Martinez early on. It was comfortable for the Spaniard, who has been the goalkeeper of choice for the Coppa Italia. Jan Sommer, the regular Inter goalkeeper, on the bench this evening. Gets things underway, and Inter just passing between the back three. Çalhanoğlu coming deep, the Turkish international, to receive that one. Playing it out wide and forward, and it's a misplaced pass in the end from Zielinski, trying to find Dimarco on the far side. The too high five, but it will be a throw into Como, who throw it back towards goal. Finds Ramon, sends it long, up towards the halfway line. Bounces, and Duvicas trying to be very proactive, heads it down to try and get it past Augusto, but doesn't quite manage to do so, and it goes back towards the goalkeeper Josep Martinez, and Inter can come again up towards the halfway line. Chip forward over towards Bonny, doesn't quite get there, and it will be cleared by Van der Bremt, but unconvincingly he's put it out for a throw-in. Wasn't under a great deal of pressure, but it was a mistake. Dimarco now has it on the far side, 3 white shirts around him, has to turn and go back, where he finds Carlos Augusto. Augusto to the centre circle, where he finds Acerbi. Almost every player in the Como half. Enrique on this near side, they do go back, and Inter can reset, start again. Acerbi striding forward over the halfway line, forward ball to Dimarco on the far side in that left wing position. Great bit of skill from Zielinski to get past his man, gets towards the penalty area, skips past 2, sends in the cross, a touch from Thuram, but it is just wide. Sorry, the touch from Bonny just poked it past the near post, wasn't going to trouble Jean Boutez in his goal. Lovely bit of skill and trickery though from Zielinski to skip past 2 Como defenders. And they play the goal kick short upfield towards Nico Paz, who tries to cross it over towards Batsurina. Can't quite get hold of it, and he's lost possession, and now Enrique has it on this near side in the left wing back position for Inter. Inter again kicking from left to right. Çalhanoğlu sprays the pass forward, doesn't get to its intended target of Marcus Thuram, and Boutez can come out to claim it and sends Como on their way. In the last game in the Coppa Italia, that is, between these two sides, there wasn't much in terms of attacking intent. Como only had 1 shot on target to Inter's 0, so that explains the 0-0 from the first leg, but I'm sure we can expect some goals and some fireworks in this one. Como still have the ball, just playing it around between defence and midfield. It's on the far side. Now Nico Paz comes deep to try and spark something, plays it infield to Perron. Now towards Kempf. Has time in the ball, finds Valle, who missed a golden opportunity in the first leg. Sends it back from an Inter defender. Now Valle turns, gets past Augusto, but has to find Batterino and play it back, and Kempf starts it all the way again by going back to Boutez. In fact, Alex Valle got a goal just over a week ago when these two sides faced each other in that 4-3 loss for Como. Alex Valle got things underway very early on in that one, and hoping that he can do something similar as Como now work their way down their right hand side. It's in the sort of right wing position. Great ball forward up towards Nico Paz, turns into the middle, poor touch, but it's in there's Batterina at the far post, strikes, and a great strong arm from Josep Martinez, and our first effort on goal, and it's going to be a corner to Como. It's that man Nico Paz making things tick. It was a heavy touch in midfield that bounced fortuitously to Batterina, first time strike. Caught it really nicely, and it was a good save in the end by Martinez. And Acerbi in the back line screaming for support, for some calm. It is going to be Batterina who's going to take this corner. on this near side, a right-footed in-swinger, lifts up his left arm, but he's going to play it short instead. Well worked, it's back to Baturina, far post, headed in off the crossbar, and headed away now by Thuram, and again by Çalhanoğlu. It's not completely cleared as Baturina has it. Back again, edge of the penalty area, crosses in, headed away though by Inter. Only as far as Kempf on the far side now, just manages to keep it in. Como still attacking, ball back into the box, headed away though by Inter. Now Baturina, the corner taker, trying to find Nico Paz, but it's cleared. And Kempf can knock it back to Van der Bremt. And all can breathe inside the San Siro if you are an Inter supporter. Como still in possession in halfway through the Inter half. It's with Valle on this near side. Plays it back to Kempf. The ball makes its way in the end all the way back to Jean Boutez, but what an effort. Header off of the crossbar from Como. It was a really well worked short corner. And Baturina with a deep long ball to the far post. He's up on the woodwork. Como starting very positively here as we get to 9 minutes. It's still 0-0, 0-0 over the whole time, 0-0 in the game, of course. No goals yet, so without sounding too cliche, the next goal, or the first goal, will be crucial as Baturina comes forward. Plays it into midfield to Nico Paz. Can't quite find the return ball, but he gets a second bite of the cherry and he misses out. Now Çalhanoğlu can come forward. He's bundled over, but the referee says play on. Thuram plays it forward and in fact has his pocket picked, and now they can come again. Como, the through ball from De Cunha towards Duvakis is intercepted, and Manuel Akanji can bring it forward onto this near side now. It's the number 23. Back towards Di Marco, who's playing in all sorts of positions at the moment. He's moved from his traditional left wing-back role to the central midfield as Zielinski finds Enrique, who's made a switch to the far side. Infield now to Di Marco, has his pocket picked though by Perón, and now Nico Paz can come away with it. He's got green grass in front of him, and now he's got opposition. Tries to play a through ball towards Alex Valle, the left fullback, but it's cut out really well in the end by Barella. And it's now with Manuel Akanji halfway through the Inter half. Both sides looking to catch the other on the break. Como probably being the most proactive in the short pass forward from Barella to Cerbis. Plays it across the line. Cerbis being invited forward, does so. Tries to get past two players. He's lost out to Perón and now to Nico Paz again. He's got not many options as everyone sort of seems to be crowding in the centre of the field. He's got no wide options to find. In the end, he does get Alex Valle, but the move is completely broken down. And the Cherby, who had dribbled out of position, has missed out. You can see dropping to a back five. Inter in defence. Really tough, really resolute. Hard to break down. Inter doing so well at the moment, leading Serie A comfortably. In fact, Inter can seal the title if they beat Torino at the weekend, and Milan and Napoli drop points against Juve and Cremonese respectively. So Inter, you expect, want to get the job done tonight quickly so that they can rotate and sub some of their key players and save a bit of gas ahead of their tie against Torino on Sunday. Como obviously still fighting for European places. Champions League football for the first time in their history, still a possibility. But they know that winning this competition would see them into the Europa League, because that is the reward for winning, as Thuram turns on the halfway line for Inter. But he just runs it out of play. No, the linesman says play on. He's tussling with Valle on this near side, and in fact Valle does very well to put a last-ditch tackle in, but Thuram does get the cross off over everybody, and Di Marco will pick up on the far side now with Zielinski. Plays it short to Barella. Barella's going to wind up a shot. No, he's going to go for it. Yes, it is the shot, and it's high and wide. He thought about it and took a few more steps inside. Struck again, and it was high, wide, and not at all handsome. The 29-year-old. So we just see that header, that replay, that header off of the Off the crossbar from Kemp for Como from that corner. Wasn't far away, he was totally unmarked. What a start that would have been for the visiting side. Ball forward is from Como, is cut out. Inter can come away with it with Chanaloglu finding Berea on this left-hand position, finding Body. Gets a first-time shot off, but he's absolutely hooked it, and it's ended up nearer the corner flag than the goal. But it is positive stuff from the home side. Just getting that replay, Body hooking it, and it was comfortably covered by Butez in the Como goal. As Carlos plays it short from the goal kick to Butez in his all-pink goalkeeper strip. Ball sails over everybody and ends up at the feet of Barella. Now to Enrique, who's back on this right-hand side for Inter. He and Di Marco had briefly switched for the past few minutes just to sort of test the waters of the two Como fullbacks, Van der Brandt and Valle. In field with Inter losing possession, and it's come away. And Maxi Perron for Como wins it. Now coming forward, Baturino playing it out wide to his right. In field, cuts to Cunha. Cunha, who scored that penalty, late penalty in the last outing between these two sides just over a week ago. Nico Paz has it halfway through the Inter half. Switching it now from right to left for Como. Alex Valle on this near touchline. Back in field to Baturina. Not many options, almost Como too wide. There aren't any options in front, and that does allow Inter to steal it, and up comes Chanaloglu. It's a misplaced pass behind Berea, and it is out for throw-in on this near side to Como. Inter not quite clicking as they look to get forward. A few misplaced passes, a few wild efforts. It's positive to see that Inter at least had a credible shot compared to the first leg, as Chanaloglu tries to again connect with Thuram, but the ball is too close to a Como defender and they can come away with it as Butez plays it out to Ramon on the far side. Spaniard brings it up to the halfway line, just checks back, however. Didn't like his options down there. It's come in field now to Perron. Perron of Argentina, the 23-year-old. Plays it back out towards Ramon. Right-sided centre-back in that back three. Finds Van der Brandt. Back to Ramon. Infield to Perron. Neat little triangles between the men in white. Now with Nico Paz, who turns, and he always has such intent when he has the ball. To this near side finds Baturina, now to Valle as he looks to get past Enrique. Doesn't do that at all, as Enrique was much too fast and much stronger and muscles around the ball. Manuel Akanji can mop up the pieces as the ball goes back to Josep Martinez, being challenged down by Anastasios Duvikas of Como, but they work it well. Como up towards the right-hand side. Now it's infield with Chanaloglu. Comes into the centre circle and finds his central midfield partner Barella. Chanaloglu being hassed and harried by Nico Paz. Has to play it out this near right-hand side where he finds Akanji. Now with Enrique. Alex Valle in front of him. On the overlap is Barella. But the cross comes in from Enrique and it's over everybody. Van der Brandt can clear as the ball ricochets off of Di Marco, but the referee says corner, as it was judged to have come back off of Van der Kemp. Van der Brandt. It will be Inter's first corner of the evening. Caught in two minds, I think, there. Van der Brandt in that right-back position. He wanted to clear it, but wasn't sure if he had the options. Daly just a little bit too long, which allowed Federico Di Marco to get the touch and, in fact, forced the corner. It's on the far side. Inter's left. Number of players forward. It's going to be an in-swinging corner. Aiming for Akanji at the near post, and it's punched away by Butez. Only as far as Enrique. Now Zielinski. plays it back to Enrique. Enrique, right in the centre of the field, finds Barella on this right-hand side for Inter. He's pushed back. Como sitting deep, almost 2 rows of 4, allowing Inter to come at them, and they do get forward eventually with Acerbi, but he's had to play back. He was put under immense pressure from 2 Como players. Now, edge of the centre circle in the Como half with Enrique. Plays it out towards Zielinski. Chanaloglu, Acerbi playing it back now to Enrique. Inter just at the moment lacking a bit of creativity, but a lot of possession, and you know that they will find a way. It's on that far side now with Boni, and in fact Como have absorbed the pressure and won a free kick as Boni was just a bit too strong as he was holding off Como defender Van der Bremt. In fact, it was a loose arm that just appeared to catch Van der Bremt, but I think he made the most of that one, won the free kick. And as I said, they absorbed the pressure well there, Como. Inter didn't really have many options going forward. Just happy to be passing it around the back as Como looks to get it forward up towards Duvakis, and in fact he's brought down by Acerbi, but he's back onto his feet, and the referee has given a free kick to Inter. Duvakis just a bit too strong. There's a lot of shirt pulling going on there. Looked to be 2 of one, half a dozen the other, and in fact the replay suggests it was Duvakis who had his shirt pulled the greater, but the referee's gone the way of the home side. So Enrique restarts play towards Acerbi. Chanaloglu. This is knocking around between the defensive roles, back to Acerbi. Short pass towards Barella, opens his body nicely to find Chanaloglu, who's sat in a sort of centre-back role at the moment. Acerbi being invited forward. We've seen him do it once or twice already, but to no real end product. He's happy to play it to his left, now with Chanaloglu. He strides towards the centre circle, gets over the halfway line, finds DiMarco on the far side. DiMarco looking to play it forward, ricochets off of a Como defender and out for a throw on the near side, which DiMarco will take. Looks like he's had a fresh haircut as well. The blonde highlight tips seem to have disappeared for a much cleaner shave on the top of the head of Federico DiMarco. Zielinski, long ball forward, looking to find Boni, but it's headed away by Carlos. And Kemp was looking to get out. And in fact, he's played it out for a corner. He ran out of space as he was trying to turn, almost the turning circle there of a cruise ship. Really couldn't find his footing at all. In fact, he slipped just before it went over the line. He was under pressure, though, from Boni and Thuram. It's another Inter corner on the far side in their left-sided positions. It's going to be swung in by DiMarco. It's going to be swung in, actually. Chanaloglu. Forgive me. Inter have got 5 in the box. Comes in deep, aims towards the back post, but headed away by Kempf. Sent all the way back to Josip Martinez, who receives the ball for Inter halfway through their half, and play can resume again as Inter look to be more attacking and have more intent this time, as last time they had a corner they couldn't make anything happen with it. Ball is still in the Como half, but Como very happy to let the home side pass it between themselves at the back. Akanji plays a short 5-yard pass to his left where he finds Chanaloglu. Out to the far side where it's with Augusto. Gives it back to the Turkish international Chanaloglu. Zielinski gives it back to him. Chanaloglu just surveying before he makes a pass. And with Acerbi, ball just inside the Inter half. Goes over the halfway line to Zielinski, who gives it back to Acerbi. And now Acerbi can come forward and finds Akanji on this near side. Forward ball towards Thuram. Around under pressure, but great ball forward to Enrique. Now towards the touchline. Plays it back to Boni. Akanji swings it across. It's deep towards DiMarco. He's won it and over the head of De Kemp, but he's had to go back. Çalhanoğlu clips it to the back post and it's wide. There's nobody there and headed away by Alex Valle in the end. It's going to be a throw-in to Inter on this near side, about 3 or 4 yards away from the corner flag. Good delivery in the end and recycled well. Now Akanji is going to take it, but he doesn't opt for a big long throw. Plays it short towards Acerbi. Çalhanoğlu has the runners of Zielinski in front of him, but he doesn't go for him. Enrique chips it over the top, trying to find Barella. He had a much better option out wide with Akanji, but looking to make something happen. And Butez is trying to find Duvicas. He misses out to Acerbi and Barella can lay it off towards Zielinski. Barella in the centre circle. Looking to get forward. Stopped though by Perón into Cunha and Paz in the centre of the Como midfield. Back now with Barella. Boni trying to lay it off to Zielinski. Cut out though by Carlos, mashing his name together there. Zielinski has it, skips past Nico Paz, and it's with Barella. Çalhanoğlu playing it out wide, late foot in though from Perón, but the referee waves play on. Zielinski still has it on the far side. Neat little passage of play for Inter as they look to get further forward, and they do with each pass. Pick up on a loose ball is Barella, bounces to DiMarco who strikes it, chests it down, strikes it, but well held in the end by Butez. Snatch chance really from DiMarco, but chance nonetheless. You can see what Inter were trying to do, working it out wide and getting it in centrally. Each pass progressing much better from the home side. 25 minutes gone, Inter 0, Como 0. Ball in the left back position for Como with Mark Oliver Kempf. Plays it infield to Perón. It's Nico Paz who drops awfully deep to receive that. The player of his attacking talents is right on the halfway line to receive that. Ball at walking pace now as Como have a chance to get their foot on it and try and make something happen. It's with Ramon. Plays it over the halfway line up towards Van de Bremt. To Ramon. Now Carlos. As the ball goes from right to left, it's in the left back position. It's Kempf who then plays it back from left to right. Como just playing it sideways at the moment. Infield ball now to Perón, who's got a bit of space. And now Como can come forward as Kempf strides over the halfway line. First time pass up towards Alex Valle. Infield it comes towards Baturina. But Çalhanoğlu was there for defensive duties. Duvicas has it. He's under all sorts of pressure. Hoiked over the top and down as a coming together between 2 or 3 players, and the ball is cleared by Inter in the end. Acerbi had a fistful of Duvicas' shirt, and the referee is just going to pause here as Acerbi and Duvicas take their time to get back to their feet. In fact, Josep Martinez, who came forward to try and win the ball, clattered into the pair of them. Accommodative errors really at the back. It was a genius ball forward from Baturina. Acerbi's got to be careful there. He had so much with Duvicas' shirt. But there's going to be nothing more said as Inter will get things back underway. Martinez is all yellow hit, bar his white gloves and white boots. So he strides forward to the edge of his area, out of the box now, playing it forward towards Çalhanoğlu. Finds Akanji on this near side, chalk on his boots, that he's hugging the touchline so closely. Çalhanoğlu has it. Barella was trying to encourage the player to go out left, but it's still in this right-sided position. Now with Barella, skipped past everybody, and in fact his through ball was to nobody but the on-rushing Como keeper, who can play it forward now to Perón. Perón, who joined from Manchester City, in July last year. Spent a bit of time on loan at Como before making that switch permanent. Now Ramon can come forward for Como, and now they can break. As D'Cunha finds Paz and gets it back, but he's hauled down Carlos, and in fact the linesman gives a throw into Como as Carlos Augusto was the last person to touch it before it went out. It's going to be a throw on the far side for Como. Good attacking position, but they're not throwing many forward. Como seems to be very, very cautious. Definitely looking to get Inter on the break. Throw goes in towards the edge of the penalty area. Duvicas can't control it. It's knocked away, but still in the Inter half, and Como have it. Play goes towards Carlos. Infield to Perón. Seeing a lot of ball in the centre of midfield. And to Jacobo Ramon. Got options in front. Finds Nico Paz, but he's sandwiched between two black and blue shirts. Does manage to wriggle a pass away back towards the halfway line, and Como will start again. Diego Carlos, the Fenerbahce loanee, finds Kempf. Now Valle on this near side, instantly under pressure for Enrique, and has to go back towards Carlos. Now this right hand side still for Como. Alex Valle doesn't have many options, has to turn infield. Thankfully Perón is completely free, nobody around him. He can switch it out to D'Cunha. Now Van der Bremt under pressure from Di Marco. Finds D'Cunha. 30 minutes gone. 0-0 still here as the long ball forward trying to find Alex Valle around the back post, but it trickles out for a goal kick. As the number 23 Maxi Perón could not quite pick out Spaniard Alex Valle. Alex Valle, who has made 2 appearances in the Coppa Italia so far this season, as Josh said, Martinez very coolly skips past D'Cunha, and he almost passes it straight to a Como player, and suddenly Como have got a bit of intent as they win back possession from an error from Martinez trying to find Augusto, forces the error. Throw in was taken quickly. D'Cunha's not got many options, has to turn to his right. Now infield from Nico Paz, crosses it over to Baturina. Baturina back infield to Carlos. Ramon, infield pass and forward towards Nico Paz, who turns, finds Duvicas. On that far side now is D'Cunha, trying to get past his man. Cross comes in. Baturina hits the post and in! Our first goal in this tie, and it's come to Como. The away side lead. 31 minutes gone. Martin Baturina has sent the away side ahead and the away fans into ascendancy. It's 1-0 here in the San Siro, and we now have a game on our hands. Surely Inter will need to be more attacking and creative going forward, but it was a wonderful delivery. And Martin Baturina was in acres of space. Van der Bremt had all the time in the world to pick him out. And Martin Baturina had even more time to find his spot. It kisses the post as it goes in. There was nothing that Josep Martinez was going to do to keep that one out. And in fact, that attacking play came from his mistake, as he played it out for a throw-in on the far side. Well, game on. It was in fact 36 minutes when Alex Valle got the goal just over a week ago, and on 32 minutes Como are ahead again. They're looking to get their first win over Inter in the Coppa Italia. They've never done it in 10 meetings, and now they stand a chance. And not only that, they stand a chance of progressing to the final, as Inter now look to come forward But Çalhanoğlu was just a bit too strong at the challenge there. In fact, on the goal scorer, just left his foot in and there was a coming together. Well, there you had it. There was something out of nothing, really. Both sides were just content passing it between themselves, but you must admit Como have been slightly more creative with it when they've been getting forward. And Nico Paz is on the ball again, halfway through his own half. Ball forward now to Baturina, just over the halfway line. The goal scorer stops, checks back, plays it in towards the centre circle where he finds Perón. 5-yard pass to his right with Jacobo Ramon. Back to Ramon, infield to Perón, and a great pass round the back. And now Como looking very, very exciting coming forward. De Cunha takes a strike, it's taken a deflection and will be a corner. Lucas De Cunha trying to get in on the action. Corner to the away side. 1-0 to the away side. Well, what have Inter got here? Of course, so much of this match left to go. Inter just been second best so far. Corner on the far side, Como's right. It's going to be whipped in. The hand goes up. In it comes now. Headed all in towards the goal mouth, but away. Duvicas ever so close. Beat Thuram, and Inter are trying to get this one back underway quickly, and it's already in play. And Kanji has it. Plays it forward towards Barrera. Finding Thuram. And now they've switched play with Zielinski. He's got DiMarco in acres of space ahead of him on the touchline. DiMarco has to play back, allowing Inter to get forward. Thuram. Short pass backwards towards Acerbi. It's with Akanji halfway through. Como half. Now on this near side with Enrique trying to get past Alex Valle, twisting this way and that, and Valle does incredibly well to dispossess him, but he misses out to Akanji, gives it back to Enrique. Infield now towards Barella. Barella looking for options, has to go backwards towards Akanji. The cross comes in, it's deep round towards the back post and headed up and away by Van der Bremt. He had to make sure because DiMarco was right behind him. Corner to Inter. This game has suddenly come alive. Suddenly much more fluid. Inter getting the ball from the back to the front much quicker. Corner to come in. It's an outswinger. Head towards Thuram. Heads it off the line by Maxi Perón. Back to DiMarco. Cross comes back in. Akanji's header this time over the bar. And Como can breathe. Wonderful header by Thuram. Real power but met. And Maxi Perón on the line to keep his side in it. Jacobo Ramon was nowhere near that when he was contending with Marcus Thuram. Powerful header from the Frenchman. Denied his, what would have been his 12th goal of the season in all competitions. Has scored twice in the Coppa Italia already this season. Thuram scored 2 against Venezia. Got an assist against Torino, but so far yet to get a goal against Como in the Coppa Italia. Ball on the far side and Como forced into making an error. Throw in quickly taken by DiMarco right on the halfway line. Goes back towards his defence with Acerbi now playing forward on this near side towards Enrique. Enrique got space in front of him to move, but he moves particularly slowly, looking for better options that don't appear. Now Çalhanoğlu plays it forward to Zielinski. Now to DiMarco on that far left-hand side. Infield to Çalhanoğlu. Trying to get past Perón. He's forced back, however. Finds Augusto. Back to Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu in the centre of the field. Just again seeking out, just trying to find the right pass. He's looking, surveying all the time. Barrera coming in from the right, infield. Back to Çalhanoğlu. Play goes from right to left with Augusto. He goes back to the halfway line where Çalhanoğlu picks it up again, and Inter can reset and recycle. Barella coming forward to Zielinski. Back to Çalhanoğlu, Barella. Now to Acerbi. Enrique right on this right-hand side, back to Barella, who's marshalling, trying to tell people where to go. Akanji incredibly far forward, as they're really throwing things forward now. Pass from Barella to Çalhanoğlu, switches from right to left. Di Marco finds Augusto, slightly caught in possession, but does manage to get the pass away to Çalhanoğlu. Infield to Boni. Back towards Barella. Cross comes in towards Thuram, but it's headed away by Alex Valle, only to the edge of the area where Enrique finds it. Acerbi now. Inter are really, really pressing, trying to find a way through a resolute Como back line. It's with Zielinski, who looked to go for the cross, but it's with now Enrique. Finds space to Boni. He's put under pressure, wiggles away. Doesn't quite come off for him. He has to start and go again, but he's still in possession. Finds Enrique, player for Como down. A cross comes in, and Thuram gets his feet caught in an awful mess, and he can't work out the shot. Como clear, but not convincingly, as Barella can come again. Every player inside the Como half. Çalhanoğlu has it, sprays it out to this right-hand side where he finds Enrique. Whichever Como player that was down is now back on his feet. We're 11v11 again. Akanji almost in a left wing roll position now. To Çalhanoğlu, he's looking for options in the box. They don't come, he's been forced to go back. In fact, the forward pairing of Thuram and Boni is very far apart. Çalhanoğlu chips it forward, misses out, gets back up, heads it to Boni. Now to Enrique, first time cross comes in, it's deep, it's wide, and away, and the Bremt has to be careful again, because lurking on his shoulder is Di Marco, out for a throw-in, which Di Marco plays incredibly quickly, and the play comes infield to the centre circle where Manuel Akanji, who's one of the back three, is playing in all sorts of positions at the moment. Now Zielinski trying to penetrate forward, finds Boni, but the play goes back. Cross comes in deep, but to nobody, and Alex Valle has to be careful. He heads it out for a corner. At the moment, Como just absorbing pressure. 40 minutes gone. It's Inter 0, Como 1. And they lead the tie overall 1-0 as well. It was 0-0 in the first leg. That was about a month ago. But now, the score that matters is this one. Di Marco is going to take the corner on this near side. Raises his right arm. There are options in the middle. 5 Inter shirts. Cross comes in. It's well claimed in the air by Butez, and he holds on to it and he falls to the floor just to slow things down. Really, really well held. Confident grab from Butez in the air. In fact, Butez has got 15 clean sheets this season. The only goalkeeper that can boast to have a nearly stronger record is the usual number one for Inter, Jan Sommer, who finds himself on the bench. He has 14 clean sheets. In fact, both keepers have conceded 28 goals, so confident displays from Butez this season. He so far is doing well as Inter work it really nice up this right-hand side. It's now with Boni. Tries to cut infield from the right onto his left foot, but finds Çalhanoğlu, but the pass was poor. And Akanji still has it, strikes as Como were hoping for a foul, and now they can come forward as Nico Paz does really well to get past Enrique. He's got space in front of him, he's the only option, trying to get round Acerbi, but his pass was just a little bit too close. And he misses out, and Josep Martinez can clean things up, and Çalhanoğlu can come forward. Really, really good stuff, though, from Nico Paz. Such a creative and influential player. 12 goals, 6 assists in Serie A this season. Such a bright spark for Como. Ball is with Di Marco on the far side for Inter. Ball in the Como half, halfway through, sort of 30 yards out from goal. Di Marco finding Zielinski. Zielinski Short pass. 1-2 with Çalhanoğlu. Zilinski's got Boni. In fact, it's Thuram who's out wide. Thuram cuts in, trying to get the cross away. And his cross rebounds back off of him. It was a sliding Van der Bremt, who just managed to force the ball back onto the Frenchman to win a goal kick. We approach half-time. Well, in the first tie, there was only one shot on goal in this game, but it's certainly improving. We've seen 5 shots on goal in total in this one so far, with Como having 3, Inter having 1, but it's been a much more fluid and attacking game this time around compared to the first leg at the Stadio Senegalia. But what can Como do here? Can they hold on? The ball is with Butes in the Como penalty area. Sends it long, trying to find Alex Valle, who's just on the shoulder of Enrique. Had to make his header count. Çalhanoğlu won it back. Misplaced pass there from Akanji. Great forward ball though from Kempf. Now it's with D'Cunha, who strides forward towards the edge of the area. Has a strike, it bounces and it's saved. Parried well by Martinez, and he parries it out for a corner. One of those awkward ones that bounces just in front of the keeper, and he had to have 2 strong hands to parry that away. Got down well. Second time we've seen Lucas D'Cunha have a shot from distance. That one was better. That one was testing. Now, corner to Como late on, with 1 additional minute to play, and D'Cunha in fact is going to take this corner. The last corner Como had on this near side was a short, well worked set piece, but it looks like D'Cunha will send it in. He does so. Headers up in the air away from Inter, back into the box. Flicked on though from a Como player. Now it's with Perón, who's brought down in the box, but he almost tripped over his own feet, says the referee, and it's cleared by Inter, out for a throw-in on this near side. Just shy of the halfway line, and Como will take their time when they approach this throw-in. Valle has it, ball in hand, holds it over his head. Not many options around. Como set rather defensively, and Duvicas is working overtime to try and win it. Win it he does, but the referee calls for half-time, and the story of the half is the goal from Martin Baturina, the Croatian who has poked Como ahead in this tie. A cross coming in from the right, a cutback from Van der Bremt. Found Martin Baturina in acres of space. He was able to slot it home, with the ball kissing the post before hitting the back of the net. It's Como 1, Inter 0. 45 minutes left to go in this Coppa Italia semi-final. And what a 45 minutes it might be for the Lakesiders. We'll be back shortly, but it is Como 1, Inter 0. Well, welcome back to the San Siro. It's half-time here between Inter and Como, and the score is currently Inter 0, Como 1. Martin Basolina with the goal for the away side. Just over the half-hour mark, it was a really well-worked move down the right-hand side, with Duverkas slipping in, Van der Bremt, who got the better of Federico Di Marco, cut it back to Basolina, who was in acres of space to tap in. Right in the centre of the goal, kissing the post as it went in, and it is 1-0 here at half-time. Just a reminder, the winner of this will go on to the Coppa Italia final. And the winner will face either Lazio or Atalanta. That game will be taking place tomorrow. It's 2-2 in that tie. It all hangs in the balance. Well, it all hangs in the balance here as well, as 9-time Coppa Italia winners Inter look to be heading out as things stand, and as the players return to the field. And I wonder what words Christian Kivu would have been saying at half-time. Strong words, I would have imagined. Kivu, who's been in charge only since June 2025. Took over from him Simone Inzaghi, of course, much loved head coach around these parts, but with the league all but sealed, another piece of silverware. Would it be amiss for Christian Kivu in his first season in charge? For Cesc Fabregas, a piece of silverware this would be if they were to be successful. It's the first time that they've reached the semi-finals in the Coppa Italia for 40 years. That's since the 85-86 season. But it would be the first time that they would have reached the final if they can withstand this final 45 minutes. Inter in their traditional black and blue striped shirts, black shorts, black socks. Como in all white with blue trimmings. And Inter will be kicking things off for the second half. They're going to be going from right to left as Thuram gets things underway, and the second half has begun. A huge second 45 for both sides, but you think even more so for Como if they can hold on and get the win. What a vital win it would be. Don't forget, just over a week ago these two sides met, and Inter absolutely dominated for large parts of that game. It was 4-3 in the end, but performance doesn't really reflect the scoreline. Ball is with Butez, chips it over towards Alex Valle. Long ball forward. Kemp up towards, he's trying to find the goal scorer Basolina, but he misses out, and Inter can now go from defence to attack on the far side. The ball is trying to be slipped in towards Thuram, but he's out-muscled by Kemp, and Kemp has to clear out for a throw-in on the far side, the Inter right-hand side. Enrique has it, but he's going to... thought he was about to give away throw-in duties, but he instead throws it towards Akanji. Akanji has it back from Enrique. Infield it comes from a wide right position. Now over towards Augusto. No changes at the break for either side. Running through the two 11s when appropriate, but the ball is with Akanji at the moment as Inter just knock it around the back line. Ball under pressure from Como as they look to send it all the way back to Martinez, and it does. And in fact, I will quickly give you that Inter side. It's Martinez, Akanji, Acerbi, Augusto, Enrique, Di Marco is the back five with Berea, Chanaroglu and Zielinski. in midfield with Boni and Thuram up front as Nico Paz wins back possession, slips in. D'Acunha, he's now into the penalty area. He's got time, he's got space. He strikes it and he buries it. Josip Martinez stood there like a statue. And Como have quickly turned it from 1 to 2. With 2 minutes played in this second half. And Como look in control. And it's that man Nico Paz again, making things tick. It was a poor pass out from the back by Zielinski. And Zielinski had no chance getting back, and D'Acunha, empty penalty area. And he took his time, he was composed and stroked it into the bottom corner. And Josip Martinez, there was no chance of saving that. And Inter's evening has gone from bad to worse. Well, for Como, we saw this a week ago. They had a 2-goal lead. Surely they can't do it again, but Como have 1 foot in the final. It's the captain, Lucas D'Acunha, with his 5th goal in all competitions this season. He scored that last-minute penalty when the two sides faced each other on the 12th of April. My goodness. This really has to be a rocket for Inter. They've got to get themselves into gear. Otherwise, Como are going to walk away with this one. 49 minutes gone. Como 2, Inter 0. As Inter bring it forward now. Out towards the halfway line. It's with Acerbi, looking to make something happen. Ball goes forward towards Augusto. Cross comes in. It's flicked off the back heel of the Bremt. It was an important flick in the end because they were on-rushing into players looking to get their heads on it, and DiMarco immediately sprints over to take this corner on the far side to get his side back into it. 5 players forward in the box for Inter. Corner comes in towards the near post, and in fact it's into the side netting. It was a poor corner. No height, no depth to it. Ramon calls the travelling Como fans as they get the goal kick. And Butez is going to take his time. He throws it to Carlos, who's going to actually take the goal kick, who immediately plays it back to Butez. Goal kick trend that seems to be taking over. The goal kick being taken by the defender straight to the goalie. But Inter can now come forward again. Boni manages to time his runs just to enough. It's well-timed challenge from a Como defender. Mark-Oliver Kempf concedes the corner. Another corner for Inter. We saw in the first half that Como were able to withstand pressure really, really well. But can they do so now, knowing that Inter have a 2-goal deficit to overturn? Corner comes in. It's aimed towards the centre. It's cleared. Strike comes in from DiMarco. Cleared away by Como. Inter still have it. They play it back now towards Zielinski. Now Enrique right in the centre of the field, but halfway through the Como half. Up towards Acerbi. Near side now here with DiMarco. Goes back towards Augusto. Went to go for the cross, but decides to take it on for a dribble. Zielinski. There are players lined up for Inter. DiMarco doesn't get the cross off. Has to play back towards Zielinski. Zielinski has got no space. Has to go out wide towards DiMarco. Still 5 players in the box for Inter. Biding their time. Como pressing, harrying, harassing, and it's gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. Really well held by Como. Great defensive line and forcing Inter to go backwards. And Enrique again under pressure from Duvicas. Has to play it backwards and wide. But now Çalhanoğlu has it. Strides over the halfway line. Forward ball out wide towards Barella. Back to Çalhanoğlu. Como sitting incredibly deep now. just hoping to withstand all sorts of pressure, and it's a strong challenge in the end, and a lovely turn from Nico Paz. Doesn't quite come off though as he's lost possession. Back to Inter. Zielinski in forward to Barella. Went to go for the shot but was under pressure from Perone, now cleared away by Kempf in the left back position, and he can stride forward, but in fact it bobbles up over his foot horribly, and out for a throw. Inter very quick to get it back underway. We can all catch our breath, but not for long as Inter come back again. Infield to Acerbi, right at the edge of the centre circle in the Como half. He's still coming, Acerbi. Passes it over towards Augusto. He's got DiMarco out left. Finds Acerbi, who does find DiMarco. Slips in Augusto towards the byline. Cross comes in off the chest of Ramon. Out for a corner. Inter now really looking to try and make things happen. We just see the highlights of Nico Paz pirouetting on the ball past DiMarco, but lovely bit of skill. Corner coming in, aimed towards Thuram, punched away from Butez to D'Cunha, who has time to control it, plays it out to Paz, back to D'Cunha, but he has to go backwards. He didn't have many options. Long ball forward, up and high. Enrique heads it backwards, and it's going to give chase to Baturina. He's in one-on-ones with the keeper, but Enrique has back quickly. Baturina still has it, feigns the shot, poor pass to his left, and it can be cleared in the end by Barella. Now DiMarco is at the races. He's away. He's got green space in front of him. Finds Boni on this near touchline. Looks to go down the right-hand side. Cuts inside. Back outside. Cross comes in. It's low. DiMarco was there. Wonderful challenge. And in fact, Barella can strike it only off of the fallen Como defender, who made a wonderful stop to deny DiMarco. And Como can come away, but they slow things down. Nico Paz brings it to a walking pace. Inter were in there. Can't take your eyes off it for a second. And now Como can just play it between the defensive line to slow things down. They've got the 2-goal advantage. D'Cunha, in fact, stops, wipes his brow. And he can lay it off. Nico Paz coming deep, almost into the right-back position for Como. Now Inter opt to press. No player forward, and the Bremt is left chasing. It's gone all the way back to Josep Martinez. Martinez, who until this point only conceded 2 goals in the 2 games, but he's now conceded 2 more tonight in the Coppa Italia. He's had a handful of appearances this season. This now works its way infield from DiMarco to Zielinski, who looked to shoot, does this time, but it's not getting anywhere near the ball. In fact, they've now got 3 balls on the field. The ball boys are very eager to get play back underway. Nice little interchange between Çalhanoğlu and Zielinski. Zielinski was looking to bend it and whip it round, but he just didn't have the right touch. It's too forceful. 55 minutes gone. Como 2, Inter 0. I'm sure not the result many thought was coming when we looked at the 2 lineups. Both sides not strong lineups, but none more so than Inter. Possibly hoping to get this one wrapped up early on, but that's not been the case at all. They've looked really second best in every department so far. Had a lot of the ball, but they haven't made anything happen with it. DiMarco on this near side. Infield to Çalhanoğlu, who's got a bit of space to run to, and he strikes and tests the keeper, and Butez holds onto it incredibly well. Wow. Real moment of energy there from Çalhanoğlu. Struck that with venom, and Butez does incredibly well to smother it. Marcus Thuram was running in. He did incredibly well to hold on to that. It's gone forward, and Nico Paz heads it up over the top. Duvacas was in an offside position. Couldn't go for it, but Baturina does incredibly well to win it. He's dancing past 3 players. Plays in Duvacas, who strikes. It's taken a deflection, and it will go out for a corner. Long ball forward. Suddenly saw Como back in again, and Martin Baturina is having fantastic game so far. He latched onto that, and he had 3 players around him. Cherby had to come across to make the block. Corner for Como on this near side. They're not rushing to take it. It will be the Croat Baturina to take. Steps back. Cross to come in. In it comes now. Deep towards Nico Paz. Takes a touch. Strikes it. Another deflection over for a corner. It was flicked all the way back towards the Argentine. He had time to turn. As he had the on-rushing Carlos Augusto managed to evade his defensive efforts. And it looks like Vicuña will take this corner on the opposite side now for Como. Again, I can count 6 players forward for Como, 2 at the edge of the area. Corner comes in, it's gone past everybody, headed by Kempf, overhead. Strike, almost a sort of a loft in the end. It's not really a strike, just putting it back in the mixer, and it's held by Martinez. He sends it long, trying to find Enrique. Doesn't do so, and DiMarco can poke it back towards Augusto. Now DiMarco can stride forward again. He's been such a source of creativity this season. What can he muster? Barrera plays it infield to Çalhanoğlu. Play goes from left to right, then back infield as Manuel Akanji feeds Çalhanoğlu. But he's met by Vicuña, has to go wide again to Akanji. Inter just biding their time, but they haven't got much time. Cross comes in, it's deflected out for a corner. And we look to have our first changes of the evening. Of course, they're going to come from Inter as they're now chasing this one. So it looks like Diouf is going to come on, and Sucic for the home side, and Federico Di Marco will make way. And it's going to be Andy Diouf that will replace him. Diouf, who started in the last game. And Zielinski will be the other player making way for Sucic as the corner comes in, bouncing immediately to Sucic, who strikes, and it's cleared away for a throw-in to Inter on this near side. So they tend to take it quickly but slow things down. In fact, the referee just stops play for a moment and has a word with the Como defender, but play gets back underway. So 2 changes there. Zielinski and DiMarco make way. Inter have the ball still on this near side. Inter's left, ball forward towards Sucic, who's just come on, but he can't get his foot on it. It goes out for a goal kick to Como. Now, what change will that bring to the scoreline? We'll yet to see as we look and see how things line up. Sucic kind of on this left-handed side positions. The referee's just pausing play for a moment, having a word with somebody on the technical area. But it's as you were, as short goal kick takes place, and Boutez finds Kemp on the far side. And can't quite get past Diouf. Diouf does very well. This is his first instruction to play. Çalhanoğlu skipping past 2 midfielders, finding Augusto. Now to Enrique on this near side. Sucic. Both substitutes immediately involved. Now Çalhanoğlu, edge of the area, step over once, but his sideways pass is snuffed out by Como, and they can get rid of it with Vicuña. Cute little pass to Baturina, who can turn and find so much space, and he can get away, trying to bring contact, but he misses out that time. There's Vicuña snapping at the heels of Sucic as Inter looks to get forward again, and Nico Paz does incredibly well to pick the pocket of Augusto, and a sliding, lunging challenge here, and the referee's blown. And it looked as if it was Bonney that went sliding in, and De Kemp lands right on top of him, but De Kemp looks to have come off the worse. Looked like a fair challenge. Bonney certainly seemed to get a bit of the ball. His foot was raised as he slid in. Thankfully nobody's hurt. Both players back to their feet. A little bit for Angio and Bonny, who had the full weight of Van der Bremt land on top of him. And he, of course, also missed out on the free kick. But Como get things back underway in the right-back position for the team in white, as they look to play their way out between Perón and Ramon. It's out for a throw-in on this near side. Ramon will leave it for the Kempt to Van der Bremt, to take it. Strides up the line, long throw, headed away though by Augusto, back to Enrique, and Inter now regain possession. In the centre circle with Barella. What can Inter do here? They're trailing by 2-0. 62 minutes, 63 minutes gone on the clock. Time running out for the Nerazzurri. As Çalhanoğlu plays a short pass towards Akanji. Akanji, the Man City loanee, infield towards Sucic. Back to Akanji, now sideways and centrally to Çalhanoğlu, who helps it on its way to Acerbi, who's got space, is invited to run forward, and he does. Flick on from Enrique, but it's Paul, and it's sent long in the end. Shouts for a corner, but the referee and the lino says no, as Nico Paz tries to get things away. A thunderous pass, 5-yard pass, drilled into the chest of Batturini, who could not quite control it. And Inter have regained possession. There's a few words being barked by Acerbi. The experienced centre-back is trying to get his side forward, trying to get them wide, trying to get them into positions. Now Barella drops deep to receive it, halfway through the Como half. Sprays it out to his left, where he finds Sucic. Sucic, infield again to Barella. Cross, dinked over, headed away though by Carlos. And now Duvakis can come away with it. Finds Nico Paz on this right-hand side. Nico Paz just slows things down, cuts infield, but misses out, and there to mop up possession is Da Cunha, the Como captain. Brings it to a standstill. Finds Maxi Perón, who can play it forward. Up towards Batturini, who's caught in possession, and now Barella can come forward. Great bit of skill to get past Perón. Edge of the area now, left-hand side for Sucic. Cuts inside. Plays it centrally, bounces up for Çalhanoğlu, who strikes it, deflected, not clearly, and Barella strikes and it bounces off of Ramon. Inter now showing intent, and in fact the linesman's flag has been raised, and it is offside. Really well worked by Andy Diouf to win possession back. As we see that replay again, it bounced up awkwardly for Çalhanoğlu, managed to get the strike off, and Borea's effort as well, really well blocked. Como bodies on the line, sort of defending. 65 minutes gone, Como 2, Inter 0 in this second leg of the Coppa Italia semi-finals. Second leg in the other tie between Atalanta and Lazio will take place tomorrow, with the final being played on the 13th of May. The Stadio Olimpico in Rome. It seems as if Como have one foot in that final already. We'll see who joins them, if things stay as they are, of course, tomorrow. But for now, Inter back on the ball. It's in their half, 5 yards away from the halfway line. They now take it over. Forward ball towards Augusto. Infield to Barella with his white armband sticking out like a sore thumb against those black and blue shirts. He's bundled over but managed to get the pass off. He wanted a foul, but referee says play on. Enrique on this near side finds Barella, lays it off to Augusto, and it's cleared away by Como. Really well intercepted by Maxi Perón, who has been tireless in midfield this afternoon. He's missed out that time, and now Inter can come away with it. Switching play from left to right. It's now with Akanji. Ball forward, up and over the top, but didn't have enough on it, and it's headed away. Now Batturini can come away with it. Trying to play a 1-2 with Alex Valle, and Batturini is bundled over. Referee still not giving anything. He does this time, and he's in fact penalised Battaglina for trying to hold on to the ball. We now see some Como substitutes getting ready to make way. As Acerbi has it, every player forward in the Como half. Ball forward to Augusto, but he's lost out to Nico Paz, but he's lost out now to Henrique. It was poor control from the Argentine. But it doesn't matter, as Como have been able to withstand, withhold and defend, but the pass from Battaglina trying to find Perón was weak. Inter intercept and come forward again. What can the Nerazzurri do here? It's Diouf on this left-hand side as he strides forward. Boni towards the edge of the area. Infield towards Sucic. Hasn't got space and he's passed it straight to Alex Valle of Como, who can get it clear. We suddenly thought something was going to happen there and there was space. But Inter come again on the far side. Into the penalty area. Towards Thuram. Dinks it up over the top. Headed away. Sucic can turn. Finds channel edge of the area. Strikes in the bottom corner. And Inter have got their lifeline. Hakan Çalhanoğlu buries it from the edge of the area into the bottom corner. Laser-like precision. And it's game on at the San Siro. Thuram did really well to send it forward, and Sucic turned Çalhanoğlu in all sorts of space. Took a wicked deflection off the heels of Jacobo Ramon. You feel it would have been saved if it hadn't taken that deflection. Butez was in a good position. The deflection just sent him the wrong way. But now Inter are back in this one. Well, we saw this not too long ago. As now Inter as Como, make their changes. Diao comes on for Duvakis. De Cunha makes way for Cacare. Goal scorer De Cunha. Then just a few positive changes from Cesc Fabregas, not wanting to rest on his laurels at this stage. Ball over the top, and it's straight in is Assane Diao. He's got 1-on-1 with the keeper, and it's a wonderful save from Martinez. It should be 3 for Como, but spreading himself wide was Martinez, and you can probably forgive, well, you possibly not, depending on how the rest of the night goes. And he's picked the pocket again, but it's cleared. Assane Diao, he didn't have much time. He'd only just come on the field. He should have done better. Should have done better. As now Inter can take the ball up the other side. Fantastic run from Diouf. Gets all the way to the byline. Finds Thuram. Can't quite poke it around the corner to the near post. And it's held by Butez. End-to-end stuff all of a sudden. 70 minutes gone. Inter 1, Como 2. Diouf has been very, very positive for Inter since coming on. Scored 2 goals in Coppa Italia already this season. Sane Diouf, who's also come on for Como. Could have made it 3. Will they be made to rue that miss? Ball on the far side over the halfway line it goes from Akanji. Cleared into Rosed by Kemp, not taking any chances. Throw in on the far side, taken quickly by Inter as they look to get back in this tie. 0-0 in the first leg. Now 2-1 to Como. Sucic tries to get a header on towards Boni, but it's missed out and cleared. Augusto can find now Enrique on this near side. He's got Nico Paz for company. Gets past him well. Finds Barella. Barella plays it back, but Nico Paz with a lunging interception. Doesn't incredibly well to dispossess Inter, but they do come back as it's sloppy. They can't retain it, Como, and Sucic now has it. You really sense the momentum is with Inter. Enrique on this left-hand side keeps it in. He's got Van der Bremt for company. Infield towards Barella. Into the penalty area it goes. It's cleared away calls for something in the box, but the referee's having none of it. Cleared away at the back post by Alex Valle. Sucic turns past Diao. Finds a little bit of room. Akanji, left-footed pass to his right. Çalhanoğlu, the goal scorer for Inter, comes deep to receive it. Acerbi waving players out wide. Sucic does now find Enrique out wide on this left-hand side for Inter. He comes infield a long way. Only to play it sideways towards Akanji. Infield from Diouf. Bundled over, though, is Thuram. And it's a free kick to Inter in a really promising position. Quite central position. Just a bit too strong from Diego Carlos. In fact, we're just seeing replays of Barella was wanting a handball. The ball ricocheted off of Maxi Perón's left hand, but he was nothing he could do about it. Right in front of him. It was in a natural position. It was never going to be given. But this is a really promising set piece for the home side. 20 yards up. They are going to make some changes first, as Boni makes way for Esposito. Attacking changes from Inter. And Acerbi will make way for Bisec. What will Çalhanoğlu produce from this set piece? We've already seen him strike once. He takes it, it curls, but it's punched by Butez, and not convincingly, as Akanji was coming in for a follow-up. And in fact, Inter have got it back. A really well slid challenge from Çalhanoğlu. Ball comes in, chested down by Thuram, and he pokes it back towards Enrique. Enrique infield towards Barella. He has time to turn. Facing up on the edge of the area. Now Sucic sprays it out wide towards Enrique. Pass into the box, cleared by Como. And Inter grab it and will come again. Yes, all the momentum is with the home side at the moment. You really sense that they are now making things tick. Attacking changes, attacking movements. Before, in the first half, it was far too sideways. It was far too defensive. Como were able to withstand all the pressure, but now the pressure is really on. Inter working it from the right infield towards the left. It's with Augusto on this near side, who plays it out to Enrique. Enrique being charged down by Van der Bremt. Gives him a polite shove in the back for his troubles as well. And Nico Paz has it now for Como, and they can come away. Nico Paz is under all sorts of pressure. No man on call, and he's had his pocket picked by Sucic, and Inter can come again. I think Nico Paz was looking for more movement from Asani Diao ahead of him. He hasn't provided much at the moment. Andy Diouf for Inter brings it infield and plays it back towards Akanji. Forward to Çalhanoğlu, who finds Augusto. Cross comes in. It's headed away by Carlos. Back out to Augusto. He now finds Sucic, who's got space to run into towards the penalty area. Esposito on the ball for the first time. Turns, strikes, deflected and cleared. And it's now with Butez, who can send it long. Just hitting and hoping. In fact, Asana Diao is nowhere to be seen. He's so deep. He's really the outlet ball for Como, but he can't be if he's in his own half. It just invites Inter to come back again. 76 minutes gone. Inter 1, Como 2. But all the momentum, all the pressure is with Inter at the minute. On the far side. Now with Diouf. Gets infield towards the penalty area, and Alex Valle can just marshal it out, but it is going to be a corner ball that took a touch off of the young Spaniard. Corner played short. Diouf being really positive. Cross comes in, headed away at the near post by Van der Bremt, and second headed away, and Asani Diao, forgive me, can lash it clear. Çalhanoğlu has to play it back towards his goalkeeper, giving chase though. Como, but they are fruitless in their pursuit, and Sucic can come forward on this left-hand side for Inter. Halfway through the Como territory, infield to Akanji, lays it off delicately to Çalhanoğlu. Barella, cross comes in, it's deep and it's over everybody and out. Not entirely, and in fact Thuram does incredibly well to keep it in, and Sucic has it, plays it infield to Esposito, holds it up, trying to find Enrique, but it was cut out in the end by Como for an Inter throw on this near side. Esposito, great centre forward hold up play, just allowing Inter to come into it. There's going to be a throw in, level with the edge of the penalty area. Augusto's going to send it in long towards the penalty spot. Headed, flicked on by Bissek, but it's well held in the end by Butez. Como were looking comfortable with a quick second half goal, but now they are not sitting pretty, and in fact we're just going to stop in play as looks as if the physios are being called over. Thuram is signalling on behalf of Como's Jacobo Ramon, who looks like he's going to need to come off. Looks to have sustained some form of injury. And the French striker for Inter doing his bit to try and hurry things up and encourage the substitution for his opponent. Just get a replay of that Çalhanoğlu goal. It's really well struck. Deflection helped it on its way. In fact, Ramon is back to his feet, and the referee is just having to count and check we've got the right number of players. He's not entirely sure what's happening as he's marshalling somebody to go off the field, as I don't think the substitution, so there are substitutions for Como to come. In fact, he's ordering Baturina, the opening goal scorer, off the field. He makes way. He's going to be replaced by Jesus Rodriguez. There's going to be some more changes to take place, but there are some heated arguments going down on the touchline. The Brandt has also made way, and Smolcic has come on for Como as they look to freshen things up. Smolcic, who started the game in the last leg for Como. But interestingly, though, Jacobo Ramon, who was down, is back on his feet, and it's as you were. Long ball forward. Now with Nico Paz. Diao just manages to retain possession. Kakure plays it forward to Paz, now to Smolcic. Teasing ball forward, and in fact, Jesus Rodriguez bundles over Josip Martinez in the Inter goal. He just says the momentum it was that took him forward, nothing ill there. But Inter come again, they come forward, up now towards Çalhanoğlu, plays in, Thuram, cross comes in, it's cleared away. And all that Como can do is just play it out for a throw-in on the far side, and in fact, I think the linesman's flag has gone up on the far side, and the referee needs to get a grip on this. It's suddenly slipped away from him in the last 5 minutes. People going down, subs coming on and on very quickly. My goodness, that was an incredibly tight offside call. But it has gone in favour of the away side. So just a reminder that Smolcic and Jesus Rodriguez have come on for Como to replace Ander Bremt and Baturina. Baturina, who scored the opening goal, will set Como on their way. They are now 9 minutes plus stoppages away from the final. Throw into Inter on the far side. Bissek sends it long, upfield, chested down by Esposito. The pass from Barella is wild, inaccurate. Diouf can't get on the end of that, and it's going to be a throw in two. Como on the far side, and Alex Valle is going to take his time in getting this throw back in play. As Como now just seems to be hanging on. They were in such control before, and it's sent high up into the air. And a free kick now for Como as Jesus Rodriguez is bundled over. He's holding his neck. As Bissek is all over him, wrestles him to the ground. We can understand why Jesus Rodriguez is holding his neck. That's a move you'd be forgiven for seeing in a WWE ring, let alone the San Siro. So the free kick is taken, sent forward. There's a clip. Referee says no, play on, and Inter can come away with it. It's back in their box with Martinez as they look to restart, send things up quickly. There's suddenly been a bit of urgency from Como as they look to press much quicker and higher and faster than they have done for large parts of this second half. Nico Paz being the one to lead the charge. The long ball forward though from Çalhanoğlu. Inaccurate. Cleared by Kemp, but back to Çalhanoğlu, and it's a wayward pass, and now Diao can come forward for Como. Nico Paz in space on the far side, but Diao just holding up play, waiting for Como players to get back, and in fact he takes some contact and he wins. Free kick. Goes down holding his left ankle. He did have options, Hassan Diao, but chose not to take them. Nico Paz was on the far side, screaming for it. But this does eat away at the clock. There look to be some more substitutions coming for Inter. They're just getting them ready. Both sides can make one substitution each left. We're now going to see that change now, and Denzel Dumfries will come on for Luis Enrique. Denzel Dumfries who scored 2 wonderful goals. And these two sides met just over a week ago on the 20th of April. In fact, it was Dumfries' goals that should have put the tie to bed had it not been for that late scare from Lucas de Cunha. The Dutchman comes on. On his second appearance in Coppa Italia so far this season, Nico Paz hoiks it on towards Diao, and on rushing Martinez gets out first to win it. Nico Paz shoulders the ball but wins it, and the referee does say it's going to be a foul for handball. With certain intent to play it forward from the shoulder from Nico Paz, and the referee's just adjudged it was a bit too low, a bit too forceful for his liking. Inter can come again. Again, Nico Paz trying to make things happen for Como, as he often does. Infield to the centre circle with Akanji. Sprays it out to his left where he finds Carlos Augusto. Back to Akanji. Every player in the Como half. Ball forward towards Thuram into the penalty area. Steps inside, but that just allows Perón to get back and defend. But it's only as far as Çalhanoğlu, who strikes it from distance again. Bounces off the back of Carlos. Still with Inter on the far side now towards the penalty area. Diouf checks back inside. Squares it towards Barella. Now Sucic has been encouraged to send it into the mixer. He does. Free header into the back of the net! And it's Hakan Çalhanoğlu with his second of the night. And it's happening again to Como. A 2-goal lead slips away. A fantastic delivery from Petr Sucic. And Hakan Çalhanoğlu all alone in the 6-yard box with a simple header into the back of the net. It really is game on now. Who was picking him up? Oh, the defending is criminal from Como. And there was no way that Boutez was going to get on the end of that. At full stretch. Kissed off the post. But Çalhanoğlu couldn't believe his luck. Completely unmarked, left alone in the 6-yard box. Directed it beautifully into the bottom corner. And it's all square. And suddenly, well, Como, who had a foot firmly in the final, have had it swept out from underneath them. They can't believe it. And now the flags inside the San Siro are waving. They're black and white and yellow, black and blue flags. Black and yellow, forgive me. I was looking at the referee in his yellow strip. But Nico Paz gets towards the penalty area. Plays an acute ball. First time strike, though. This time from Smolcic. And it's out for a Como corner. Forgive me, needing my eyes tested after that colour recognition. But Nico Paz, outside of the boot. Pass towards Smolcic. They do win the corner. I feel this is a really important moment of play here. Paz swings in the corner. It's deep towards the far post and punched away from Martinez, but unconvincingly. It's punched off of a head from a Como player, and it is out for a goal kick. Cesc Fabregas on the touchline. The Como manager suddenly looking all at sea. His side let another 2-goal lead slip. And the momentum is with Inter again. Pass cut out there by Ramon Diouf, who's been so lively since coming on, to Çalhanoğlu. Now inside to Sucic. Gets past one defender, finds Çalhanoğlu. Can he provide again to Sucic in the 6-yard box? And he does! Petr Sucic! It's 3-2! You can't write it! Hakan Çalhanoğlu, the provider this time. Petr Sucic found a yard of space and was able to poke it past Butez in the Como goal. It really is happening again. The 12th of April, Como had a 2-0 lead against Inter. And Inter turned it round. And they've done it again. You really cannot write this. But you have to say, the second half, it's been all Inter. And Sucic does incredibly well to get his foot on the end of that. He was stretching, he was lunging, but he managed to poke it into the bottom corner. Just past the fully stretched Butez. Oh dear, Como, what has happened? They were in such control in the first half. And they've completely let it slip. 89 minutes gone. Inter 3, Como 2. They have to throw everything at this now. Everybody's got to go forward. 4, 5, 6 shirts immediately sprint forward from the kickoff as Butez sends it long. I don't even think the kitchen sink is going to be enough at this stage. Headed on by Paz to Diao. Smolcic, edge of the area, delivers across. It's deep, it's curling away. Trying to get on the end of it is Jesus Rodriguez, which he doesn't quite do, but he does win a throw-in. As it was adjudged to have come off of an Inter player, and in fact, no, he's conceding it's going to be an Inter throw-in. 6 minutes of added time in this one. Not quite last chance saloon for the men in white, but it is the men in black and blue who are going to be going forward now, as there's another substitution that has been made. Alvaro Morata has come on for Como. Diego Carlos has made way, and it looks to be as if it's all hands to the pump. Throw in now for Como. Right on the halfway line, comes infield, switches from left to right. Smolcic in the right fullback position. Sends it up towards Diao. Trying to spin this way and that, misses out. But it is an error from the Inter defender. Throw in, taken quickly, but cleared way by Çalhanoğlu. He's certainly done his bit this evening. Marcus Thuram trying to get on the end of this, and Smolcic has to header it away quickly. Christian Kivu running down the line to get the ball back into play. And he's now just ushering to his players in front of him to calm, slow things down. Christian Kivu will have been in this position many times. He had so many appearances for Inter, 162. And that throw in from the Nerazzurri goes all the way out for a goal kick to Como. Wasted opportunity, but it did run down the clock. It does mean that Como can come again, and suddenly the pitch looks incredibly long. There's almost no midfield. It comes inside to the centre circle, then back out towards Smolcic on this right-hand side. Nico Paz. Diao back to Paz. Comes infield. He's got a bit of space. He skips past players. Plays it out to his left. Alex Valle in the fullback position. Crosses. It's still with him. Into the 6-yard box it goes, but cleared. He's trying to run through everyone, trying to be a wrecking ball. It doesn't come off. Cross comes in. It's deep towards Morata, headed from Akanji into the gloves of Martinez, who drops to the floor. You could see that Alvaro Morata was the intended target. Morata, he's only scored 1 goal for Como this season, and that came in Coppa Italia against Fiorentina in the 3rd round. It's a penalty. Now Como defending deep again as Thuram has it. 5-6 yards away from the corner flag, gets past 2 defenders brilliantly, turns around, heads towards the corner flag, still under pressure, has his legs swept out from underneath him. Maxi Perron gets our first yellow card of the night. The referee's done a pretty good job to keep his cards in his pockets. Haven't been too many ill challenges, but that one reeked of frustration. As Maxi Perron went in on Thuram, and he rolls 4, 5, 6 times as we see the replay, and he has a huge grin on his face, knowing that this is just slowing things down. Free kick 4, 5 yards out from the corner flag. Thuram places it for Çalhanoğlu, but Inter aren't really throwing players forward. There are 3 around the ball. There's Diouf, Thuram, Çalhanoğlu, and Çalhanoğlu flicks it to Diouf, and then he's going to take it to the corner flag and just try and withstand a bit of pressure. Concedes a throw in. And now Smolcic will take it as he looks to try and steal a few yards up the line. Sends a hurls a long throw up towards Nico Paz, and it's headed away from Augusto. Does mean that Como can come forward again, but the throw goes back towards Butez and the penalty area, and Butez, he can move forward, send this long, send it deep into Inter territory. It goes up, header is flicked on, but not towards a Como player, but it is this time, and it's now towards Morata. Diao turns really well, still in the penalty area. He has it, he's twisting, he's turning, still comes away with it amazingly towards Nico Paz, edge of the area, puts it out to the left-hand side. Cross comes in, low into Kempf, trying to find the 1-2. Still Como, strike comes in off the keeper and out for a corner. That was the strike from Kakare. It's been fairly quiet since coming on, but he's announcing himself now as he goes to take the corner. Bodies on the line defending. We've got a minute to go. Corner for Como. If they score, this will send it to extra time. Comes in. The keeper's up. It's headed up and over. Out for a goal kick. Jan Butez made a late dart into the penalty area, and it bounced off the top of the head of Mark Oliver Kempf. Didn't meet it properly. And it looks like that might have been the last throw of the dice, as Martinez sends everybody long. We're in past the 96 minutes, and this is surely going to be it, as the kick comes forward and the referee blows, and Inter Milan are into the Coppa Italia final with a tremendous turnaround performance. 3 goals in the second half, 2 from Çalhanoğlu, and he turned provider to Petr Sucic for the winner in the 89th minute. And Como was so close to their first Coppa Italia final, but they let their 2-goal lead slip, and it's Inter who are celebrating in the centre of the field, and it will be a long trip back to the lake for Como. Goals from Çalhanoğlu and Sucic will send Inter through They will find out their opponents tomorrow. It'll be either Lazio or Atalanta. But the Inter train rolls on as the final score here at the San Siro in the Coppa Italia second leg semi-final is Inter 3, Como 2. Good night.